Throw away. I'd like to preface this with a recognition that I do think that AITA and I'm probably in the wrong. However, please lay it to me straight, I definitely need to hear it. I've been seeing a girl for several weeks now and things have been going fine. Initially I knew that I was more experienced than her in relationships, but I thought nothing of it at the time. However, as of late, what has been bothering me has been the realization that I have been doing the vast majority of the legwork in the relationship, be it planning the dates down to choosing the food and music we're listening to, initiating any forms of affection, or even being in charge of starting conversation. For the past few dates, I have voiced my concerns that I hoped she would start taking initiative too. After all, I really did not like the idea of being in a completely one-sided relationship. Unfortunately, I have not noticed much change in her behavior. When I asked if she didn't like taking initiative showing affection because she was embarrassed or if it was her upbringing or anything like that, she adamantly told me, I just don't like it, or I can do it, but I don't want to. In fact, one of the biggest concerns in the relationship that I have is that she really does not like being told what to do in some of the strangest contexts. I've recently noticed that she has not once called me by my name, and during one of our intimate moments, I asked her to, but she gave me the cold shoulder until I apologized. I do want to recognize some of her developments for the better. She has gotten somewhat more comfortable in asking to hang out. However, she got frustrated after I didn't get the hint one time, which resulted in us having to shorten our time together. When I told her that I would appreciate if she could show her affection to me, she said she would try, but reminded me that she really does not like to. In our most recent date, and where I had a big foo, it was going very well. To my surprise, she actually told me how nice it was. However, on the way back, I wanted to know her opinion on something, and she kept saying, I don't care. For context, this is something she does a lot. She tells me she doesn't care. And initially I thought it was her being agreeable, until after I made a decision, if it ended up being a bad one, she would be sure to let me know that it was. For whatever reason, this snapped something in me. I started thinking that if she never cares, does she even care about me? By that point, I realized everything I mentioned earlier. Not once did I ever receive any affection by her initiative. Not once have I ever seen her try and care for me, when it has always been me making sure she was being cared for. On the drive home, I was thinking about this a lot, and truthfully, the ride was very silent. I felt very down in the dumps, and was unsure of how our relationship would progress. After a few moments, she asked me if I was all right, and I whispered that I was fine. However, this is where the foo begins. I thought to myself, I want to see if she actually does care about my well-being, or if she just wanted things to progress as they are. Where I always initiate everything, she doesn't have to sit in awkward silence for the long ride home. I wanted to see if she would ask again if I was all right, maybe at least hold my hand, or hell, at least try to start a conversation for once. But unfortunately, no. We sat in silence for a good 40 minutes. Suddenly, I notice her silently crying. Oh, this isn't what I wanted. I ask if she's all right and she turns away from me, so I pull over and ask if she's all right again. I try to hold her hand, but she turns away from me and cold shoulders me again. Oh shit, what happened? I'm thinking to myself. After a few moments, I ask her if she's all right and if something was wrong, and I'm able to get out of her that she's upset. Eventually, I try to find out why, and I piece together that she's upset at me. When I asked why, she said she was scared, and when I asked what she was scared of, she finally lets out that she is scared of me. Now I'm extremely confused. I want to see why, and she finally blows up on me and says that I scared her because she thinks I'm mad at her or that I snapped or something and she's worried for her safety. In fact, she texted her mom her location and her mom is going to pick her up now. In fact, she was literally en route to our location. I try to talk to her some more and to try and make sure she feels safe, but I'm met with passive-aggressive comments like, oh, so now you want to talk to me? And it's too late? You lost your chance. Everyone stings. But I don't care and I'm willing to swallow my pride. I continuously apologize and try to make amends. In fact, by this point I don't even care that she makes those comments about me because I at least want her to feel safe and that her voice is heard. I refuse to make excuses until we're reaching my house and I'm being followed by her mom. Finally, I echo again how sorry I am and how much I regret hurting her and that I didn't mean to scare her. She rhetorically says that she doesn't know what she did wrong. And at this point she's vulnerable, so it wouldn't be right for me to voice my problems, so I can only tell her part of the truth. that I was lost in thought and I didn't mean to neglect her or make her feel unsafe. I realize how much I messed up by this point. So I tell her gently that if she doesn't want to see me anymore, I totally understand and that she doesn't even need to tell me today. When we get to my house, she goes to her mom's car to get driven home, and I apologize to her mom directly as well. It's the least I could do after everything. So here I am now, thinking about how I should proceed. I understand if she doesn't want to see me anymore and if she wants her space, so I don't think it would be right for me to pressure her by texting her anymore. Like I had told her earlier, if she doesn't want to see me anymore, I totally understood and it was probably deserved on my part anyways. As for advice from the readers, do you think I should text her to at least reiterate my apology, or do you think I should give her that space? Thanks for reading. TLDR, I have previously voiced concerns to the girl I'm dating that she never initiates anything between us, and haven't noticed much change on her part. On a long car ride home, I wanted to see if she would try to at least initiate a conversation or check up on me since I was feeling upset. This backfires as the long silence causes her to cry, and she tells me she's scared of me and asks her mom to come get her. I continuously apologize, but she is not having it. I don't know if I should apologize again through text or give her space. AITA?